For most people, the gap between success and failure is just consistency. And most people know that. If you ask people what consistency is, they could tell you, they could explain it, they can define it, but most people can't demonstrate it. And it's pretty typical in this modern day era and culture of entrepreneurship, actually in every really element of our life, is that we know but don't do. And knowing but not doing it is just as good as not knowing at all. So this is not about theory today. This is about giving you direct instructions of a very special secret that I used to build consistency to build my first company. Now, I wasn't somebody that was naturally consistent. Actually, I was a very inconsistent person. I would start and stop things quite a lot. I would always kind of not give up in the sense of making a conscious decision to give up, because we all have a hope of seeing the things out that we start, but we just struggle to do so. It's very, very simple. And so what I managed to do was to kind of create a mindset and create a mind frame around consistency, which helped me create an immense amount of consistency, which I've been using for the last 11 years and been able to build multiple companies and have some, pretty good success, okay? So look, let's look at what you do consistently at the minute. You breathe, you wake up, you eat, you drink. Why? Because these are necessities. Literally, you actually can't go without doing these. There is the special word is dependency. There is a dependency to do these things, and that's why you do it consistently. Okay, but let's look at something else, which is really the secret in this video. You go to work every single day. You do it consistently. Why do you go to work every single day, even though there's a chance that you don't actually like your work, like your job, like the process of getting there, getting back, driving, stuck in traffic, but you still manage to do it? Why? The special secret word is certainty. People are committed to certainty. We have such a strong emotional connection with certainty that people will actually settle for certainty in misery. Think about it. Some people will stay in relationships that you don't like, that they're not happy with. They'll stay in environments, in jobs, because we are in love with certainty. The certainty of being paid by the hour, being paid by the week, being paid by the year, a salary, some sort of comfort blanket, and the same with our relationships. So we are driven, think about it, we are driven by dependency and certainty. Okay? Now, I do need to tell you something. In entrepreneurship, certainty doesn't exist. Certainty is reserved for mediocrity. And maybe you don't like that, but it's just the facts. So how do we take what we know into action? And how did I build a very successful company from using this mindset, mind frame, or this secret, if I want to call it? Okay? What we have to do is create certainty. Now, let me ask you a question. I'm out here in the beautiful Marbella, and let's just say, for example, you lived in Marbella as well, but you lived 10 miles away. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you lived 10 miles away from me, and there wasn't any roads to drive. So, if you wanted to come and see me, it'd be a walk. And I just said to you, listen, if you come and knock at my front door at 8 a.m. and at 8 p.m., so twice a day, you have to walk to my house or run, or however means you get here. You can't use a car though, right? It's got to be challenging. But if you knock at my house, knock on my front door at 8 a.m. every single day and 8 p.m. every single evening, for an entire year, I will give you £1 million, and it's absolutely guaranteed. Now, first of all, you probably won't think twice. You'll take the deal. You'll take the bet. You'll take the whatever you want to call it, the situation or the arrangement. You'll take it. And that's what we like. Remember, we shoot for opportunities. We shoot for goals. We naturally have ambition to want to do bigger things, to do better things, to grow. That's part of our DNA. And so we're great starters, but poor finishers. But what will make you a good finisher in this instance, meaning that even when it's raining, even when it's cold, even when it's wet, even when you're tired, you will do it, is because you have a certainty in your mind that at the end of the year, you are going to get £1 million. Correct? Yes or no? And if you're actually in this video, I want you to actually type in the comments so other people can understand that they're not crazy and they think the same as you, because we are all made up with very similar ways of thinking, although we're all uniquely different. Okay? So if that's true, which it is, we're driven by dependencies and driven by certainties, but you're starting a business, how can you create consistency in your journey? By creating a dependency, or creating a certainty? Let me ask you another question before I really bring it together. You struggle to be consistent in the gym until you have a holiday booked. The moment you have a holiday booked, there is a certainty that there is a time coming where you would like to look a certain way. And what you do is, in your mind, you picture yourself walking down the beach looking your best self. You worry about, I don't know who's watching, but let's say you're a youngster and you think about, there's going to be, the girls there, or there's going to be people there. I'm going to have my top off, so I want to look the best that I can. So you actually become obsessively consistent in the gym. You eat good, you're out, and you won't even get tempted because you have a certainty in your mind that in 3 months' time, 4 months' time, the holiday's booked, that you're going to be walking down the beach. You see it in your mind, and you've created a certain image, because we don't get what we want, we get what we picture, and we think in pictures, most people. So you create a certainty of what's going to happen, so you're consistent in the gym. Okay? Now, what I did in order to be consistent, because there's many reasons why people struggle to be consistent. One of them is the fact that they get distracted. But if you had to knock at my house 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. every single day, and you were on your way and someone tried to distract you, you would quite easily say, listen, that doesn't matter right now. I need to get a knock at the front door. Once I've knocked the front door, everything else is cool, because I'm done for the day until I have to do it again at 8 p.m. Are you following me? Are you understanding? Well, this is what I did. I focused so hard. I was so committed to a very single goal in my first business that I actually created a certainty within me. You guys should understand how to set goals, or if not, we can make another video. You can find, there's so many good creators out there online where you can learn how to set goals, okay? But when the goal becomes so clear that it becomes an absolute certainty, you develop a mindset that says, I'm gonna do this no matter how I feel, no matter how it looks right now, whether it feels like it's working, because I am so certain. I'm so certain that this is gonna work. That is how you're gonna stay consistent. Now, is it easy? No, because everyone would do it. But certainty is what drives us into consistency. And that's something that I used to develop my first company. And if you think about what I'm saying and you realize, think about the things that you're consistent with in your life right now. You're probably driven because you're dependent on it, you're certain of it, or literally you can't go without it. Like you can't live without it, which is basically dependency. Have a think about it, and I promise you this could be, or this is, a secret to getting consistent in your life.